moment like that.
Yeah, we always want to talk about goals after games, but sometimes you do need a special goal to win a big game, and it certainly was that. And I think Liverpool on the second half performance deserved it. They were just looked a bit sharper. Sometimes maybe at half time we talked about tactics, but I bet you the manager probably just said, listen, lads, you need to liven up a bit more forward passes. Subs made a bit of difference, gave them energy. Obviously, Jones winning the free kick there. And for all Arsenal, a bit like when they were at Old Trafford, Arsenal attack and play that day and today just wasn't good enough, not sharp enough. They need to do better.
You agree with that, Theo?
Look, I wouldn't say that Arsenal were at the level where they didn't deserve to win the game. I don't think anyone really deserved to win the game. It was always going to be a moment, I felt, today to make sure that win the game. But this is the difference where you talk about the risk, and that's the side of it that Arsenal aren't doing at this moment in time. Forwards have to take risks if you want to be able to win.
Does the manager have to take more risks as well?
Look, I think he made the substitutions at the right time. I think the game plan was going the right way for Arsenal. I think there were signs of Eze coming on. Of course, he got into the back of the Liverpool defenders and nearly caused problems there. But we want to see him earlier. That's probably the one thing I'd say.
There's a lot of talk last season of Arsenal and what they needed. And it was they need someone up front to finish the chances that they create. I've never believed Arsenal's problem was finishing. Arsenal's problem is creating. That was the problem for them. But in the 2 away games that we've seen Arsenal this season, nothing has changed. Heavily reliant on set pieces, don't create anything in open play, and are the best team in Europe for me defensively.
I think it's great when you have a defensive record like they have, and they're very good at set pieces. We've got to give Arsenal a thumbs up for that. But if you're just dependent on that all the time, and then you come to like Liverpool, where you go, the set pieces, Liverpool are defending well. Obviously, it's hard to score at Liverpool. To do something a little bit different, Rice, and they were going off taking corners, and they were taking ages. They're slowing the game down. That's part of their tactics, get people in position. But you're looking at Arsenal, go, do something off the cuff, do something quickly, do something whatever. Yeah, there was a bit of rushing their play towards the end when they were chasing the goal. But I mean, general play, you're thinking, do something quickly, do something off the cuff. They're still going forward, a bit robotic. But it's not now with the set pieces, their defence. You give thumbs up, but you have to find something else. Theo there mentioned about deserving. This game is about, sometimes you don't get what you deserve in this game. It's about finding a way to win football matches. And Liverpool, so far this season, we can analyse and be really critical of Liverpool. But after the game, they must be thinking, well, you're winning. And that's what really good team. I was part of a team like that. Your memory plays tricks with you, and you look back and people think you played it well every week. Far from it. But you found a way to win. Or at half time, the manager says something, you make substitutions, and that's a sign of a really top team.
We will get Mikel Arteta's verdict in.
Yeah, what a week he's had. Makeshift right back and then the match winner. And really interesting, actually. We were just doing some research. He is the captain and free kick taker of Hungary. He scores free kicks for Hungary. But as he was saying, when you're playing with Trent Alexander-Arnold, when you play for England with David Beckham, nobody else gets a chance because they're so good.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we were all, as he was lining it up, we were thinking, never really seen him take many free kicks.
Because it was Trent.
Absolutely. So we were intrigued. And then in his interview there, he said, well, when I get closer, I have a different technique. It wouldn't have been that type of... So I can't wait now until there's one from 20 yards out to see what he's doing. Because, as you say, Trent Alexander-Arnold was exclusively taking the free kicks over the last few years. So quite incredible that Liverpool have got another very good free kick taker in their ranks. So I guess that he's going to be claiming the next few now after that. And no wonder why. I mean, 32.2 yards. He did mention Raya. To be honest, if you put a ball there and say, can you score from that far out? I'm probably saying no.
Are you?
Probably 32 points. I mean, I was speaking to the guys before, and I've said it on this, sat in this chair before. I think the wall in this situation is a hindrance. I don't know. I think soon, I'd be surprised if soon, when the ball is that far out, 32 yards out, over 32 yards out, if the goalkeeper stands in the middle and there is no wall, I bet he doesn't have to even dive. I bet he can just shuffle and catch it. The wall in that situation is a hindrance. They don't get to see it. It gives somebody a target to hit it over and up. The goalkeeper always has to shuffle one side of the goal or the other. If he just stands in the middle and there's nothing in front of him, what would happen is the opponents would start blocking. The opponents would make their own wall. And that just shows you. The free kick taker wants a wall there. It gives them a point of reference. So don't get me wrong, 20 yards out, you need a wall. But over 32 yards out, I think a wall is a hindrance to a goalkeeper.
What's the defender's point of view?
Yeah, no, I do agree with that from that far out. I think if you give any footballer a shot from that far out with nothing in front of them and said, hit that, I don't even know sort of what technique you would go for. I think people would just try and lace it. But listen, it's obviously something that now the amount of set piece coaches that are coming in, they've put work into it. He said it himself. He said they always look Raya moves behind the wall, so it's obviously something that they've picked up and worked on. And listen, I'll never ever hit a ball as well as that, so it's hard for me to comment on, but it was a great free kick.
Raya's positioning from an Arsenal point of view, anything in that at all, do we think?
No, I don't know. Like we said, this is probably not the easiest one, but right in the middle you can hit both ways. And with someone of this quality, if he goes on the right side, probably he chooses to go on the other side. So again, a free kick is well taken. It's very difficult to counter. And I think sometimes we just need to accept that, you know, the power, the bends, the technique is just perfect. And sometimes you just need to clap, because this is what we want to see. We want to see great goals, and I think this is a great goal.
We'll see that again, because you can see Szoboszlai pointing to his teammates, Wirtz and Gakpo, to move. And as he strikes it, just watch 18 and 7 here for Liverpool.
Exactly. Wanting to block his view. And that's my point. It's all about blocking the view of the goalkeeper. If he gets to see it straight, he doesn't get to see it. Because of the wall, he doesn't get to see the flight of the ball until it's soaring over the wall. So straight away, there's at least 10, walls are 10 yards away. So straight away, it's almost like a ball flying in from 22 yards. Now, if he gets that extra 10 yards to see the ball, he was that far away from touching it anyway. It had to be so perfect to score, and it was. But if he had that extra 10 yards to see the ball, he would have saved it. He would have shuffled across more with his feet. He would have definitely saved it. And you can see Szoboszlai saying, move. He could see right through the middle, but then as he pulled him across, then that blocked his view. And that's what it's all about. And as I say, take the wall out of it, I'm pretty convinced that the opposing team would actually stick their own wall in there to block the goalkeeper's view. So it might not make any difference anyway. But it was just the most incredible free kick to win a game.
And these are the fine margins at the elite level, right at the top of the Premier League, that, as we've just seen in a game, can be the difference to separate two of these top teams.
I think, like, 10, 15 years ago, wouldn't even be speaking about set-piece coaches and stuff. I think it's something that's coming into the game, because it's like those little marginal gains you can get over. Teams, if you look at Arsenal, the amount, 44 set-pieces they've scored, and it just shows you, like, the amount of points they must have won from just them tiny little percentages, like hitting the right areas, the time and first contact. So it's obviously an advantage they've used in the game.
That's probably the irony that we've been talking all day leading up to the game about Arsenal's set-piece play and points they gain, that Arsenal have lost to a spectacular set-piece.
I mean, it's, you know, games like this, very tight between two teams of, you know, quality that is very high, you know, the two best teams in the country over the last few months. For sure, it takes something special, and that is special. But other than the goal, I think, you know, nowadays we're seeing player playing out of position, and we kind of see it as normal for him to play right back. I think that's tremendous. Nothing came up this side. You know, the left winger of Arsenal never managed to cause trouble on this side, and I think we have to give him credit, because it's always difficult to play in a different position. And of course, you know, adding up goals is fantastic. For me, it was a fantastic performance from him.
Yeah, it's a point.
Well, Mikel, obviously a moment of brilliance is part of it, but why do you feel that game's gone Liverpool's way?
Well, obviously very disappointed with the result. Very proud of my players. I think both teams, we elevated the game to a level that it was no margins between the two, and very little happens. A lot of action in many areas, not that much in the boxes. And it was going to be decided in two possible actions: an individual error or a magic moment. And it was decided on a magic moment from the side.
For about an hour, did you feel like it was going almost perfectly to plan? Obviously, you'd have preferred to be ahead. And then did something change around about?
And for sure, that was a case with an unbelievable free kick.
That's Mikel Arteta. We have run out of time. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your comment. Dan, great.
They obviously tried to drag me out with Marino, but Marino in all sorts of places, it was quite difficult, and we couldn't get the press on them. Declan Rice came in between the centre backs, so it was quite difficult. But I think the way we turned around second half, a couple of tweaks, and I think that says a lot. I think we were much better, much more dominant on the ball, and overall great performance, I think, in my opinion.
Chances few and far between. Just in the first half, when David Raya played it out straight to you, did you think, Virgil, about shooting in that situation?
I should have done it, but I was panicking a little bit, I think. But no, listen, I maybe should have done better. Obviously, that was only one moment that we hoped to get a lot more. But in the end of the day, they did it quite smart. You know, Calafiori went on the inside at times, so we couldn't really get him. It was difficult, especially the first half. But like I said, second half we did it much better and got a lot more control. We were good in possession. They didn't really could do that press that they wanted to do, and I'm glad we managed to get the 3 points.
Well played today, Virgil. Probably defences were on top on both sides, really. Not too many chances. But what did you think of the goal? It was going to take something special to win it. You probably had a good view from behind. What did you think of that goal?
No, I wasn't behind, but I was on the left-hand side. But obviously, I think we tried to push him a lot more, to have confidence in his shot and hit him that well. I think today, he hit it cleanly. I think he did it already with Hungary, I think, 2 years ago, and we know he can do it. But obviously today to score it like that and also being the winner, I'm very pleased for him. He's had a fantastic game, like the other day, I think in Newcastle as well, under the circumstances. And yeah, now we all go to the national team, and he has to stay fit and be ready for the chaos that happens after the international break.
Just look at the screen, because we think we've caught you celebrating before it even hits the back of the net.
So, like I said, I'm very pleased for him, and yeah, great.
Overall, 9 points from 9. First clean sheet of the season today. I mean, what a start of the defence of the trophy. I know it's early days, but you've got to be happy with that going into the international break.
Yeah, you can't argue with the points, of course. I think to have 3 wins at the start of the season against the opponents that we faced, I think that's great. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to be done, but we all know that, we all realize that as well. But the main thing is to now stay fit and find consistency, and I think that's what we strive for. And other than that, just focus on ourselves. Don't look at others. Don't listen to others. Just focus on ourselves. Be the best version of yourself, and enjoy it all.
Good to talk to you. Dan sends his best.
All the best, Dan.
All the best.
See you, big man.
It's Virgil van Dijk live at Anfield. He's very happy, but here's the other side of the story. Here is the Arsenal head coach.